Hi everyone, today I'm going to share my 2022 planner lineup with you and how I set up my entire planner for the year. I'm using the Miss Maker Create a Happy Life planner in the classic size. I do have it on metal expander discs. I've been using these discs for a while. I absolutely love them. They're like the perfect size for everything that I need to keep on my planner all the time. So the first thing I do is I use a laminated sheet and I just add that right over so that my cover does not get all scratched and damaged. In my planner, I keep a house information section, and in this section is just addresses, companies that we use for utilities. I have a folder in here for different documents that I might need to go through before I file them away, and then a list of camping supplies for when we go camping. That way it's easily accessible. The next section I have in my planner is just a list of my monthly setups that I do. So this is everything I do to get my planner set up for each month. I like to keep a checklist, that way I know I've got everything all set. This is the beginning of the planner for the Miss Maker set. I will use this monthly chart here for my monthly meal plans, which I still need to plan for this January. So I always keep that before my monthly spread. And then you can see I just have the first spread here. So I always keep the week that I'm in tabbed with my to-do list, and I add a lot of extra sheets into my planner all the time. And then the following week I always put whatever I'm currently working on. So I will have any craft project notes in here. I have my handwriting practice sheets in here because it's what I'm working on this week. My list of activities that I do each week. And then I just have my rest of my sheets for the week, for the month in here. And then I just have a random folder in the back that I just put random stuff in. And then I have a section for my journaling. I journal every morning, so I try to keep that right with the monthly spread so I can go back and forth really easily. So I set goals for each week on the front page, and then I will journal each individual day on the back of them. I set my list of goals in here as well, so that as I'm journaling, I can set my journaling goals to whatever my goals are for this year. I keep track of all of my days that I've journaled. I like to try to make sure I journal every day. So I'm going to try this cool layout by coloring each day in this year. And then this is just a sample of the journaling that I do every day. I do some gratitude, how I want to be for the day, the type of person I want to be, how I want to feel, and top priorities. And I just fill those out each week. And then I have a couple additional months in here. I do not keep the full year in this planner. I keep it separate because I don't have enough room on these rings, which is totally fine. I don't really need the whole year. If I needed to make notes or anything like that for future tasks and things like that, I normally put them in my phone, or I put a sticky note in the other rings that hold the rest of this planner. So I also have a section for finances in here. So I keep track of all of our budgets. I keep track of all of our expenses, how the average amount that our expenses are, when they're due, what they are, and how they get paid. If they get paid by check or if they get paid by automatic withdrawal. I then have new for this year is my new monthly budgeting goals and what I plan to do to keep on track for budgeting, and just a checklist for my monthly, just to keep myself making sure I get everything done. This is my monthly budget for January. You can see it. I covered up a lot because I've already written down figures on here. But I track all of our budget here, our budget, and then what we actually spend. And then also if I set a specific goal in here, for example, savings, if I want to save a certain amount, or how I'm going to get there. For January, we're going to try to go through all of our pantry and really live out of our pantry as much as possible, our pantry and our big freezer, and see if we can go through a lot of that and save hopefully a lot of money on groceries. On the back of my budget sheet, usually I use this as an expense tracker, so I'll just track any expenses that we may have. I have a folder in here for checks, things like that. I have this envelope here that I use for my stamps and address labels. And then this is our 6-month goals for saving for our house and just general savings, as well as a rainy day fund. And then on the back of that are just a few things that I want to make sure that I'm doing regularly. We are still working on our 5 to 10 year long-term saving goals that we are looking to set between January and March of 2022. And then just an extra piece of paper. The next section is health, wellness, and fitness. So I keep track of all of that stuff in this section. I do have notes of my goals that I have for fitness, as well as wellness, as well as some family goals in here that I just like to keep track of in here. And then every month I review to make sure that I'm still on track for those goals. This is a new section for me. It is orders, because I would like to start selling some of the crafts that I make. So my goal is to start either an Etsy shop or something to that effect, and try to sell a lot of my crafts. So in that case, I just created a folder so that I have a list of orders and things like that that I might be making. My next section is my favorite. It's my crafting section. I'm a huge crafter, if you didn't notice. So I have a lot of projects in here. I have goals. This year I want to use all of my crafting supplies before I buy, which I imagine a lot of people are like that. But I set my goals, and I got them as Maker Expansion Kit. I want to say it's Expansion Kit. I love it though. It's adorable. So I set my goals for this year, and then I want to really get my craft room organized. So I've set a list of ways I want to organize my craft room. I have a list of creating projects that I'm currently working on or that I want to work on. And then I have project sheets of the projects that I'm working on or want to work on in the back here, so that I know what I want to do. And then the final section in here is the home improvement section. That's all the projects that we want to do around the house for the year. Not everything will be done this year. Some things will move on to next year, but it's just a master list of all the projects I want to do. This is a new list for this upcoming 2022. We just removed the 2021 project list. And then I like to use these project lists, these project and goal pages, to really set out budgets on here. What actions need to happen, who's going to do it, and when we're going to do it by to make it happen. Really love being able to have set the due dates and see everything get really completed. So that is my planner set up for 2022. I hope you have a lot of have received a lot of inspiration here and thought of some things that you might want to add into your planner as well.